Hey guys, if you guys need your dominations, 12-0s, evos, anything that has to do with online or offline grinding, be sure to hit up Rose NBA, 100% reliable and 100% legit. So be sure to go click the link in the description and hit him up now. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Bio2k, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on the top 5 ways you guys can improve your MyTeam in NBA 2K21 MyTeam. If you guys do enjoy this video and it does help you out in any way, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 60k and would be greatly appreciated. By the time you guys see this video, you guys might actually, or we might actually already be at 60k. I'm recording this on Wednesday, December 9th. You guys are going to be seeing this tomorrow on Thursday. So you guys, we might actually be there by the time you guys see this video. But if not, hit the sub button anyway. Either way, just hit the sub button. But let's get into this video. A lot of good tips here to share with you guys. Now, again, this isn't going to be like, oh, punch in locker codes, open packs, grind the game modes. Nothing like that. This is going to actually be something to help you guys improve your players and improve your actual lineups to help you guys win some more games. So the first thing I'm actually going to be talking about is going to be coaches. Now, coaches are actually pretty important in my team. Now, when I say coaches are important, this is what I mean by, you guys can see the boost that it does give your players. Now, really, this is going to be something good to, in my opinion, I recommend using a coach that fits your play style, obviously more than just, don't pay attention to the boost as much. Pay attention to what more fits your play style. So perimeter centric, obviously, is what I like to do. I like to shoot threes when I'm on offense. I think that's what everybody likes to do. So literally, that's what you guys want to do, is run a perimeter centric coach if you guys can, if that's your play style. But taking a look at what it boosts: ball handling, threes, mid ranges, defense, rebounding, and dunking. Now, that's going to be the same thing for almost every single player on my team, and that is why I like this so much. It gives a 3-point boost to every single player. So literally, it gives Curry a 99 3. Jaylen Brown, it's going to put his 3 up to a 92. Cameron Reddish's 3 is going to go up to a 91. Draymond's 3 is going to go up to an 89, and so on and so forth. So you guys can see, having this coach boost is going to help a lot more. And not only that, it does give you boost to ball handling stuff, which could be the difference for players to be able to speed boost or not. Now, there is a lot of coaches that you guys can look at in this game. But honestly, for me, the best coach is as a budget option is going to be Frank Vogel. The reason why is coaches are really expensive in this game. And you can even take a look, Frank Vogel is actually going to be a little pricey here. I mean, he is, that's just the way it is. But 11k, I would actually pay that for him. I honestly would not mind that as much. Now you guys can take a look. Now, I know a lot of people like using diamond coaches because it does give you a boost. It's really not all that worth it. There's only 6 up on the market right now. And really, Nick Nurse is the only one that's actually pretty good as far as these ones. So you guys can kind of see, there is some different coaches that you can look into picking up. However, I think Frank Vogel is going to be the best option for you guys. Mike D'Antoni's another good one, but he's 100k. There's a 90k one. You guys can see, they're pretty damn expensive. So it really is just depending on what you guys want to do. Now, the only other coach that I would recommend is Mike Malone. This is going to be another good coach that you guys could look into buying. Because his thing is pace and space, so it kind of gives you the same sort of stuff. I don't know. I do prefer Frank Vogel. So first little tip for you guys, definitely make sure you guys have a coach that not only fits your playstyle, but you like what it does as far as the boost that it gives your players. The next tip I'm going to be giving you guys is going to be based on your lineups and how you guys can improve your lineups as far as how you're running them and what players are at what position. Now you guys can see that this team right here, this is my flex team, but you will never catch me loading up an unlimited game with this team. My actual team obviously looks something like this. You guys have seen many times where I've loaded up into unlimited and done very well with this team. Now, like I said, when I talk about upgrading your team and improving your team, and make sure your players can coexist next to each other. That is the most important thing. Not only should they fit your play style, but make sure that they can actually play next to each other. Now, a big thing about what I'm talking about is a guy like T-Mac being on the team. T-Mac does not have clamps. This is a thing that a lot of you guys have said, oh my God, how can you use a player without clamps? You can very much use a player without clamps as long as he is surrounded by players that do. So John Stockton on one side, Elgin Baylor on the other side. They're there to kind of help pick up the slack a little bit. And then again, this is where I like to use a stretch forward that also has that athletic ability to be able to run pretty fast and maybe recover in certain situations if T-Mac does get blown by and stuff like that. At the center position, you guys can see I have 2 stretch bigs in Dave Cowens and Blake Griffin. Draymond Green, again, another very good athletic 4 that does have that really good defensive side to him. And then again, my starting five is obviously a little bit differently. I have Curry, I have Jaylen Brown, I have Cameron Reddish. The reason why I love these three together is because they all have really good jump shots. Now, these two can dunk the ball very well, but they all can, like I said, shoot the ball, and that is my kind of play style, especially when it comes to my starting five. I always like to get out really early, get a lead, and then I bring my bench in, which is a little bit more defensive oriented. Now, I know that may look a little bit weird and sound a little bit weird, but I play a little bit differently when my bench comes in the game. Now, the reason why is because Dave Cowens, I can't green as much with him. So I kind of use him as more of a defensive center. I try to get on the break a little bit more. Connie Hawkins, same thing. He's really good on the wing. He's really good as a wing defender and a post defender. But more importantly, I use him as a guy to run the break and get those easy dunks. Same thing with Baylor. Same thing with T-Mac. Same thing with Stockton. So really, when you're building your team, you want to make sure that it fits your play style. And more importantly, every player can coexist next to each other. If I was to run a lineup like this, it wouldn't work. This lineup right here would not work for me at all. If I had these two next to each other, it wouldn't work. Why? Because they're kind of both too slow to be able to run and jump and close out on shots and to be able to recover back. So my defense would be kind of mixed up. More importantly too, a big, honestly, a huge thing I recommend to a lot of you guys is make sure you guys are playing players at the same icons that you normally do. The reason why, I can close my eyes right now, and if I was on the court, I could tell you Curry is X, Jaylen Brown is circle, Cam is square, Blake is R2, and Draymond is a triangle. Draymond is triangle. That's their positions. That's what you guys need to do. And I know it may sound stupid, but it's actually a big tip that I think a lot of you guys don't really understand, because if you're playing and you click the wrong icon, you're throwing a turnover. So make sure you guys know what icons people are playing at. It's the same thing with my bench. It's easy, I guess it is obviously easy to say what they are when they're in a lineup in front of me, but you guys kind of get the point. Next up, we're going to be talking about Cam Reddish in two different ways here. Now, the first way I'm going to be talking about is make sure you guys go out and get this Cam Reddish. This is just going to be the only thing where I talk about, doing something to actually get a specific card on the team. I don't really like doing that. However, this draft thing right here, you guys obviously know, I have a video up on this. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, be sure to go check out that video and pay attention, because this method is so good. You basically get Cam for free. You can get the cards, put them in, lock them in, and then sell the cards back. You can't get banned. It's not anything bannable. It's not a glitch. They seriously can't do anything. So make sure you guys get Cam. That's going to be the first little thing I talk about there. But more importantly, what I want to talk about is badges on a card. Now, badges on cards are actually really a lot more important than people realize. Now, if you were to look at Cam without the upgrades, 34 gold badges, 9 Hall of Fame badges, already comes with catch and shoot, pick dodger, pogo, chase down, showtime, stop and go, deadeye, a bunch of good badges, right? A bunch of good badges. Now, if I flip this over to the upgradable side, let's just take a look at badges that he doesn't have already. So right away, I see Heart Crusher on silver. I can make that gold, right? Taking a look at the rest of his card, Lob City Finisher, that's another badge I could put on him. Defensive Leader is another good one I could put on him. Post Move Lockdown, I could put on, I could put on Needle Threader. Unpluckable would be very good. Floor General, Brick Wall even. Or maybe not Brick Wall, but you guys kind of get the point. I'm just using Cam as an example that literally cards could be so much better if you just badge them out. Now, another guy, let's take a look at Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, again, very good. 28 gold badges, 6 Hall of Fame badges. Let's take a look at some badges that I could upgrade. So let's scroll down here, past into the silver badges here. Well, what could I upgrade on this card to make him that much better? Unpluckable, really good. Deadeye, really good. Ankle Breaker, Dimer, Defensive Leader, Heart Crusher, Intimidator, Worm. There's a lot of good badges. Quick First Step. I still don't even have Quick First Step on him yet. I didn't even realize that. But Hot Zone Hunter, you guys can see, there's so many badges that you can put on your guys to make them that much better. There are budget Ruby cards in the game that if you honestly sat on the auction for a little bit and looked at, who would be a good example here? Let's go to the Flash players. Let's take a look at a guy like Nick Anderson, okay? So Nick Anderson, you guys can see 10 gold badges, 13 silvers, 2 bronzes. Now, if you really were to sit here for a little bit, you could probably find a player, or you could probably find a Nick Anderson that has some sort of upgrades on him. Now, I'm already seeing a few with different silver upgrades and stuff like that. This one has 11 golds on him. But you guys kind of get the point that badges could really take a player and take them to the entire next level just based on what they upgrade with that badge. Now, you might be able to be lucky and find one, that has a Hall of Fame badge. This one has 2 extra gold badges on them. I don't really know what they are. This one has range extender. I might even look into picking him up. If mine doesn't have range extender, I might pick this one up. Never mind, he already comes with range extender. But you guys kind of get the point. That badges could literally be the difference between a card being good and a card being amazing. Now, the next tip I'm going to be giving you guys is actually going to be talking about Hall of Fame badges and not missing opportunities to get them. Now, again, I know it may sound like I'm kind of talking about the same thing with badges, but this one I'm specifically talking about the ability to get Hall of Fame badges. Now, there's many different ways, but the number one way is to complete these challenges. The first season, we saw the Damian Lillard challenge. The second season, we saw the Vince Carter challenge. And this season, we saw the Shaq challenge. All three of these give you a Hall of Fame badge. Make sure you guys do these. It is a free Hall of Fame badge that I highly recommend you guys go for. Now, also other ways to get Hall of Fame badges, when you scroll all the way back to the beginning of the season here, you guys can see that there's these little badge packs, the glass cleaner one, shot creator, post scorer, lockdown, rim protector, slasher, playmaker, and the shooting one. All of those badge packs could give you Hall of Fame badges. Now, that is really good. Now, obviously, at the end, you do get the Hall of Fame badge here as well. But I'm not really going to talk about that one too much, just because I know some people just don't like the grind. Another good way is from MyTeam Limited. Now, this one is going to be a kind of hit or miss between whether or not you guys want to get Aaron Gordon or if you guys want the Hall of Fame badge. Me personally, I'm probably going to go for the Hall of Fame badge. I really think that the Hall of Fame badge is going to be what works best for me. So if I end up getting Aaron Gordon on accident, then it is what it is. But ideally, I would like to get the Hall of Fame badge here. But the point is, Hall of Fame badges are really good and they are really helpful on upgrading your team. You guys can see that I have 6 of them still sitting here, and I've put on multiple Hall of Fame badges on different players and stuff like that. So this is definitely some stuff you guys want to do. I mean, I've even thought about upgrading, putting, I've even thought about putting, a lot more Hall of Fame badges on Cam. It's just something that I think could help upgrade a team a lot. And plus, these badges are really good for helping. Like, look, Curry didn't even have gold needle threader. Like, that just cannot be a thing. But, like, yeah, these Hall of Fame badges, super important. Make sure you guys do the challenges and all that sort of fun stuff. I mean, I know it may not sound like a big deal, but having a badge on Hall of Fame really does make the extra difference between, like, what the card does sometimes. Like, now, honestly, like, if you have, Hall of Fame range extender versus gold range extender, like, obviously, it's not going to be like an insane difference, you know what I mean? But honestly, getting these Hall of Fame badges too, if you put them on a player, people will pay like double sometimes for a card because it has it on Hall of Fame. So honestly, you guys might want even to look into that just to make some MT profit as well. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about here is going to be actually MT. Now, I'm going to make a video on how to make MT and give you guys a lot of tips on making MT and stuff like that. But what I mean by getting MT is being smart, investing in different things, and honestly, just building up your totals to actually help improve your team. Obviously, MT is going to help you guys, get like more badges for players, pick up different players, stuff like that. Now, I've talked about investing in idols players. You guys can see KD. I told you guys to invest in him when he was like 300K. He's already going back up. Grant Hill's another guy that I told you guys to invest in. I mean, he was down towards like 180. I mean, he is starting to go up a little bit. There is just different players that you guys can invest in that I think is going to be really smart in what to do. But mainly, like, one thing I want to talk about is sniping. Now, sniping is like a little bit hit or miss. But my thing is, sniping is kind of underrated in this game. Like, you guys can see Dirk is sitting at around 300K right now. And we'll take a look at Eddie Jones here. Eddie Jones is actually up to 150K MT. I was able to snipe mine for 100K flat. So I'm already going to be making a 50K profit, or a 40K profit technically, right after that. So all it is really just paying attention to the market, paying attention to new promos that are coming out. And finally, when there's like XP challenges drop, there's like this day in history ones, I talk about this a lot. Those cards will flip for a lot of MT. So if you can get on, the market pretty early and flip some of those cards, definitely pay attention into doing so. Be sure to clear out all the shoes that you don't need. Like, all these gold shoes, I'm never going to need. I have all these diamond shoes from different challenges and stuff. So this is where you guys want to go through, quick sell your shoes, quick sell your injury cards, all that sort of stuff. And honestly, make a lot of MT, get your stuff, build your profit up, all that sort of fun stuff. And then final thing, like for MT, Triple That Online is the best mode to get MT out of. So be sure to pay attention to that. Be sure to pay attention to locker codes, all that sort of fun stuff. But yeah, so I hope this video did help you guys out. I hope you guys, your team gets a little bit better and you guys kind of have a better understanding on what really you could do to improve your team. If you guys did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And yeah, peace.